Have you ever brushed off a strange ache or a little change in your body thinking, it's just age? Maybe your energy isn't what it used to be, or you're sleeping more than usual or less than ever. You're not alone. As we get older, our bodies whisper to us, sometimes gently, sometimes urgently. But here's the thing. Those whispers can turn into alarms if we don't listen early on. Today, I want to talk with you. Not lecture, not scare you, but have an honest, warm conversation about your health. Specifically, the signs your body might be giving you right now that it's time for a checkup. These are signs that are often dismissed or misunderstood, but they can be important. Your body is smart. It speaks to you. And after 60, it becomes even more important to pay attention. You see, after a certain age, it's not about fighting age. It's about partnering with it. Aging doesn't mean giving up on feeling good. It just means listening a little more carefully to what your body needs. And sometimes, those needs start with a simple message. Please check on me. Let's talk about the first sign that shouldn't be ignored. Unexplained weight loss. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Losing a few pounds? That doesn't sound so bad. In fact, many of us spend years trying to drop a little weight. But here's the catch. When your weight starts dropping without you changing your diet, without you exercising more, and especially if it's happening quickly, that's a red flag. It could be something as simple as a thyroid issue, or it might be your body's way of saying, something deeper is going on. I knew a gentleman, 68 years old, who dropped nearly 10 pounds over a few months without trying. He felt fine otherwise, so he shrugged it off. When he finally mentioned it during a routine checkup, his doctor ran a few tests and caught something early that could have turned serious. That checkup may have saved his life. The takeaway here? If the weight is coming off and you don't know why, it's time to get it checked. Now let's move to another sign that people often overlook: fatigue that doesn't go away. I'm not talking about the usual tiredness after a busy day. I'm talking about a deep, dragging exhaustion that doesn't seem to improve with rest. You sleep all night, you take a nap during the day, but still, your energy feels like it's running on empty. That kind of fatigue isn't just getting older. It could be a sign of low iron, poor heart function, sleep apnea, or even diabetes. Think of your body like a car. If the fuel gauge is always low, even when the tank seems full, you wouldn't just keep driving. You'd stop and check what's wrong. Your body works the same way. Chronic fatigue could mean something in your internal system isn't working the way it should. The good news? Most of the time, once you figure out the cause, it can be treated, and you can feel that spark again. What makes this fatigue tricky is that we often blame ourselves for it. We say, I'm just lazy, or it's just old age catching up. But blaming yourself doesn't solve the problem. Listening to your body does. You deserve to feel energized. You deserve to wake up with excitement for your day, not dread. Now let's talk about one more sign for today, and this one might surprise you. Changes in your bathroom habits. I know, it's not the most glamorous topic, but it's one of the most important. If you're suddenly going to the bathroom more often, or much less, or if you notice blood, pain, or any kind of discomfort that's new, that's your body waving a big red flag. It might be nothing more than a dietary issue or a change in hydration, but it could also point to problems with your kidneys, colon, or bladder. Especially in men, the prostate can become a factor after 60. These organs are vital to your health, and they tend to show symptoms through your bathroom habits. Don't be embarrassed. Don't ignore it. Your doctor has seen it all and would rather see you early than too late. Let me tell you, a woman I met through this very channel messaged me once to say, I watched one of your videos and realized I had been ignoring something small. A little blood when I used the bathroom. I finally told my doctor, and we caught colon cancer early. I'm going to be okay now. That's the kind of difference these conversations can make. So if your bathroom routine feels off, more urgent, more painful, or more frequent, it's worth paying attention to. A quick test could bring peace of mind or an early solution. Either way, you win. Before we continue, if this conversation feels helpful, or if it made you think about your health in a new way, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I'm here every week, sharing real, down-to-earth advice to help you live your best life, healthy, strong, and with confidence. You're not alone in this journey. Let's walk it together. Let's move on to sign number 4, shortness of breath, even with light activity. Have you found yourself breathing a little heavier than usual just from walking across the room? Or maybe you feel winded after climbing a few steps you used to handle easily. You may think, I'm just out of shape, but don't be so quick to dismiss it. Persistent shortness of breath, especially if it comes on suddenly or feels out of the ordinary, could point to something serious. It might be a warning sign of heart problems, lung issues, or even anemia. One of the most common causes for seniors is congestive heart failure, where the heart doesn't pump blood as well as it should. The result? Less oxygen reaches your muscles, and your body struggles to keep up, even during simple activities. Here's the part most people miss. When it starts, it's subtle. You're still doing most of what you normally do, but you feel off. You're taking more breaks. You're sitting down more often. You're avoiding stairs. Then, slowly, your world shrinks without you noticing. Don't let that happen. If you notice you're out of breath doing tasks that used to be easy, whether it's dressing, talking while walking, or lifting light items, that's not aging. That's your body saying, please check the engine. The earlier you catch it, the more you can do about it. Treatments are available. Lifestyle adjustments work. But first, you have to speak up. Don't wait for a crisis to force the conversation. Be the one who takes control early. Now let's talk about sign number 5, mood changes and forgetfulness. 2 things seniors often blame on just getting older, but shouldn't. It's perfectly normal to forget where you placed your keys or mix up names occasionally. But if you're repeating questions over and over, struggling to follow conversations you used to enjoy, feeling confused in familiar places, or noticing shifts in your mood like sudden irritability, sadness, or withdrawal from family and friends. These aren't things to ignore. Mental health and brain health are deeply connected. Memory problems, confusion, and emotional changes can be early signs of mild cognitive impairment, depression, or even early-stage dementia. But, and here's the hopeful part, many of these conditions are treatable or slowed down significantly when caught early. Your brain is like a muscle. If something changes how it functions, whether it's medication, lack of sleep, poor nutrition, or stress, you'll feel it in your mood, memory, and energy. The key is, don't wait until the fog gets worse. I always say, a mind that notices its own forgetfulness is still a mind worth protecting. If you're aware that something's changed, talk to someone. Talk to your doctor. Have the conversation. It's not weakness, it's strength. Let's recap the 5 signs your body might be begging for a health check. 1. Unexplained weight loss, especially when you're not trying. 2. Chronic fatigue that doesn't go away even with rest. 3. Changes in bathroom habits, especially pain, blood, or sudden urgency. 4. Shortness of breath with light activity, your body working harder than it should. 5. Mood changes and memory issues, new confusion or emotional withdrawal. If you've noticed any of these signs recently, please don't ignore them. They might feel small, but your body is never wrong. These little signs are your body's way of whispering before it shouts. And here's the truth. Getting checked is not a sign of weakness. It's a promise to yourself, a promise to stay healthy, stay strong, and stay in charge of your future. If this video helped you or reminded you of someone you love, please like, subscribe, and share it. You never know who needs this message today. And if you'd like more practical advice on living a strong, independent life after 60, hit that bell icon so you don't miss a single update. Tell me in the comments, have you noticed any of these signs in yourself or someone close to you? Let's talk about it, because your story might help someone else too.